AHIMA, a long-standing association in the health information management space, was ramping up for a period of continued growth. Amy Mosser, the CEO of AHIMA, had worked with interim execs in the past to fill other executive roles, so she immediately reached out to tap the Red Team.
I've used interim execs several times. In one case, recently, we were going to go through a due diligence process to acquire a firm, and I needed specific expertise, especially on the finance side and on the human capital side. I basically had a conversation with you and your colleagues, and within a day, you sent me Red Team members that we went through, and by 3 days, I talked to them, and by day 4 or 5, they were engaged, and they have been fabulous. I can't say enough good things.
Interim execs connected AHIMA with a team of 3 executives to jump into diligence, post-acquisition integration, and future-facing work. An expert interim CFO assisted in negotiations and finalizing the transaction in a bidding process. In parallel, an interim CHRO ensured the acquisition would seamlessly integrate 100 people on transaction closing. But once the deal was closed, the work didn't stop there.
So you have to upgrade everything. But we moved about 300 systems. We moved over 100 people and employed them in one day. We had to create a balance sheet and a P&L for a company. And somebody who's been a CFO of a publicly traded company is the only kind of people that know how to do that. And the association people were actually very open and happy to learn from these people. So it's been invaluable.
Having the Red Team walk AHIMA through the M&A process from diligence to post-acquisition ensured a smooth process.
It's something that I have not done before, but I can tell you if I ever went through this again, I'd get people during the due diligence and have them stay afterwards because they know so much more and you don't have to catch anybody up.
The third executive deployed on the team was brought into focus more on what the organization could become with the new addition.
We needed somebody with expertise in content licensing to help us develop a playbook for what we would grow into. And we had a window of time over the summer into the fall that I wanted that done in parallel to the work we were doing on the due diligence acquisition. And so, you found a very different person for me for a licensing playbook.
Interim execs tapped a formal general manager at the New York Times to develop a comprehensive content playbook.
That is the whole thing that is so unique about you and your Red Team focus is that the more specific understanding of the need you have such a cadre of individuals in the interim exec pool that you can line up a subset of people that are close to what we need. And then the client, myself, talks to them and decides.
While a rare occurrence of a nonprofit acquiring a for-profit business, interim execs work with AHIMA is a prime example of how the Red Team can be deployed to help an organization reach big, ambitious goals.
You'll be my first call, always.